Friends, today we will learn French Revolution. So now, friends, what is French Revolution? How to prevent how to start the French Revolution? In the 18th century, French society was divided into three states. The first state in clergy of the churches, and the second stage comprised the nobles, and third stage which formed about 97% of the population consisted of merchants, officers and the peasants also, artisans and servants, and the clergies. And nobility did not have to pay any taxes. It was only the first state that paid taxes. Clear, everyone? So now our king, French Revolutions, Louis XVI. Louis XVI was belong the Bourbon family. 1774 is 1774. Louis XVI of the Bourbon family of kings ascended of the throne of France. Okay, and he was married to Austrian princess Marie Antoinette. Upon his accession of this found an empty treasure, and the reason of empty treasure, and a long year of war drained in the resources, maintaining the extravagance of the court at the mentioned palace of Versailles. American War of the Independence, common enemy, Britain. Britain also are the our French is enemy, and French and American became a friend. And when the war of French and Britain and American is a war of independent, then the French is helped them, and he was succeed that, and then the gifted of Statue of Liberty. Okay, and now come to the point. Feudal society. Federalism means federalism is under the people, and who is the political and economic system that prevailed during Middle Ages. An old regime that the before 1789, first stage, second stage, and third stage, and enjoying privilege based on birth, clergy, and the exemptions of their pay taxes, noble states, and only the third states are the people they were obliged to pay the taxes, render the services there. And two types of taxes they are paid all times. Tax by the search, one third of the part total of their produce, and how to pay the taxes. And they are such as they their crops are wheat, and they are paid one third of wheat total produce. And next, another tax to be paid directly to the state. Clear, everyone? So next point is our, that French society, and divided into three parts: clergy and nobles and workers. And next is cause of French Revolution. What is the cause? Unfair social class system. And cause of revolution, that is the first stage is enjoying the privilege, and second stage lowball, and third stage is middle class family. Okay, and mostly the reason is reason the year of war, and the maintaining of the court of Images, palace of the Valais, Versailles, and French society during the late 18th century, when 1774, King Louis XVI ascended the throne of France at the age of 20. He was married to Marie Antoinette and led an extravagant life. He decided to support the American War independence and the hence increased France's debt of the over the 3 billion livres. The 18th century French society was divided into three states, you can see here, and the first stage considered of clergy. Everything is clear. The 18th century's French society was divided into three states. Second stage comprised the noble, whole the third stage, and which formed about 97 of the population consisted of the merchants, official, peasants, artisans, and the servants. And clergy and nobility did not pay any taxes. It was only the third state of paid taxes, and a part of third class called middle class was a part of third states. Next is the reason. I cleared that. So, reason of empty treasury, long year of war. So, how does the reason drained of resources and maintaining the excavant court and the image of the palace Versailles, American War of Independence. Their enemy was Britain, and also Britain was enemy for France. And France and America became friends that day. And France was gifted the Statue of Liberty, gifted to America, high interest of loan, and large amount of spend of paying taxes. Regular expenses on enemy, court, government, officers, and universities, and taxes paid only by the third state. Then king was forced and increased the tax on the our third state. Struggle to survive and how to subsistence crisis happen. Mostly workers were employed was laborers in workshops who honored fixed their wages, but wages did not keep pace with the rises in prices. So the gap between the poor and rich widened, and the things became worse whenever drought and hail reproduced the harvest. This led to a subsistence crisis. Subsistence crisis means this crisis is a situation when the basic means of livelihood are the injured. Okay, clear everyone? And the struggle of survive the population. Next point is struggle of survive. And population of France rose from about 3 million in 1715 to 28 million in 1789. This led to a rapid, rapid increase in the demand for the food grains. Production of grains could not keep pace with the demands, so the price of bread, which was the staple diet of the majority, rose rapidly. Clear everyone? So now our next point is role of the philosopher. The growing middle classes and the end of privileges. The 18th century witnesses the emerge of the social groups termed the middle class, who earned their wealth through and expanding overseas trade and from the manufacturers of goods such as woolen and silk textile. Those philosophers such as John Lake, and John Lake was to chastise of the government, refute, refute the doctrine of the divine and the absolute rights. And second philosopher is the Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau has written the book Social Interact, that equal rights, voting, democratic government, and And the third philosopher is a Montesquieu. Okay, Montesquieu is the his book his what his book was The Spirit of Law. The proposed division of the power within a government between the legislative, ex- executive, and the judiciary. Clear, everyone? Philosophers such as three and the Rousseau they proposed the form of government based the social interact between people and their representatives, and the Jack and Jeans and Rousseau was a very society based of freedom and equal laws and opportunity of there, and lack of refutes of the doctrine of the divine and absolutely rights of monarch. Okay, clear, everyone? So this is our French Revolution, and we will meet my next video. Goodbye.